Hello, 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 Deborah, Joya, Serena. Thank you very much to everyone who is here with me right now, with us, and welcome to Just Breathe. I haven't been here since July, so the month of August was a month where there was no Just Breathe Live, but there is a lot of content to explore on my website, on my blog, on my YouTube channel. So um, even with a month in between, I'm sure that you didn't have time to explore all of it. And I have all of these creations just because I love creating, because it flows naturally and it is a joy to express. Expression is something that I love to explore and experience, be it in spoken word, written word, or even just through presence. So, right now, I'm gonna invite you to express without speaking. So, let's just express in our presence, in silence, just looking in each other's eyes what we feel right now. What a beautiful warm balm we are offering each other in this moment. This is a gift we are creating together right now, and which will stay available indefinitely beyond time and space for each one of us and for whoever taps into this gift and co-creates it even at another moment, even when watching the replay. That is the magnificence of the unlimited proportions of who we truly are. So it will be like a golden chalice, a bowl of love, and of all of the other gifts that each one of us is now filling this golden chalice with, just through pure intention, through the simplicity of our presence here, just through our openness and allowing. So much could be said, and yet we can just be here, savoring the silence of the abundance of us. I could be saying so much. There's so much to share. There's so much change going on in my life right now. But I feel that I will share it all in one package at a later date. And right now, I invite you to eventually suggest a theme, something that you have been looking into or wanting more clarity about, and that you can suggest it in the chat and I will see what it is and expand on that. So if there is anything you'd like to suggest, please do. And if there isn't, it doesn't matter either. Because just this is very, very precious, this that we are sharing right now. Okay, so we've got three suggestions here, which are living in the now, also when someone is angry with you, and also their trust in total vulnerability. I'll go for this last one first. It's interesting because there is no such thing as trust without vulnerability. And that's the whole issue around trust. It requires vulnerability because vulnerability is the absence of control, of the need to be anything specific, to act in a specific way, of the need to understand or to manage our life in a certain direction. Vulnerability is a uh, sweet allowing, a shedding of fear. And the more the fear becomes simply a way to protect ourselves, and the more we look in the eyes of trust, trust with our soul, with our essence, trust within ourselves, the more we realize there is nothing else needed, nothing else. And when the fear becomes so big that it almost cripples you and it seems impossible to trust, what do you do then? You take a deep breath. You embrace yourself physically. You let yourself know it's okay. You don't push, you don't force. You just remain there, conscious of that fear, taking baby steps to walk through it. Because you know deep down in your heart that you are safe. And as you move through the fear, looking trust in the eyes, you keep your focus. You don't see the abyss. You just see the other end. You see, trust and vulnerability, they walk hand in hand. Because there are moments where there is really nothing else but a clear invitation to move on, to walk into something new that is totally unknown. And that makes us feel vulnerable. But the more we do it, the more we realize it's okay. It's okay. And then you find yourself in the next new safe space, and you keep on discovering safe spaces as you move through the fear with trust into greater and greater depths of allowing. The love of your essence to be the breath of each step. This in turn is the same as being in the now. Because there will have been, for sure, at certain times in your life, nows which were unbearable. And you didn't want to stay there. And you didn't. And you couldn't. And that leaves an imprint. An imprint, a belief that now is not safe. And then one moves through life, always trying to escape the now, without realizing what is actually there. And you see, dear one, once you start walking hand in hand with your soul, with your divinity, with your, whatever you want to call it, with your heart, your now will definitely be safe. It cannot be any other way. And then you start looking at it, feeling it, tasting it, just like we were doing at the beginning, and we are still doing right now. And the beliefs about nows that were not safe can start coming back home. In your trust, in your vulnerability, which is what scares them the most. It is vulnerability. And yet, it is your saving grace. So now, if in that now someone was angry with you, how could you stay? Well, probably at many given moments throughout your life, you couldn't. Because it caused you pain. Because someone was stealing your energy. Because it was easier, for sure, and very rightly so, to disconnect, to shut down, to turn away, to run, than to stay. But now you have grown. Not only chronologically, but the proportion of consciousness that you are aware of, that is available to you, has grown. And so you can look at that angry person eye to eye without engaging, without leaving, knowing that the anger is not at you. It is not about you. Therefore, it is not yours. So you do not need to go anywhere to avoid it. Because as you stay, you deflect it to the one whom it belongs to. No, you could not do this when you were a baby, or when you were 2 or 3 or a child or even a teenager. And later on, you couldn't do it because you were acting out those aspects. But now you have grown. You are a whole new package of experience and expression. And you can be aware of those fearful aspects coming along whenever anger in another triggers them. But you can also be aware of this that we have shared here together. Just being here in silence, looking each other in the eye. And you can realize the magnificent strength that is born in that moment of presence. The moment you stay in the now, under whatever circumstances, something fundamental shifts in you, in your perception of you and of your reality, and therefore in your reality. The moment you are no longer afraid to lose something, because you have grown to know there is nothing missing. And whether you stay or go, I mean whether you live or die, is no longer an issue. Then you become unreachable by other people's anger. It may take a little practice, a lot of allowing, immense trust. And there are so many hard situations out there right now that only those who are in them can really know what they feel like. And if they are gonna stay and trust or not. And it's okay. It is okay. So to those of you who placed the suggestions in the chat, thank you very much. And I'm asking you if that expands on the theme enough for you. And if you have anything to add. Thank you, Serena. Thank you, Margarita. So now I'm going to suggest something similar to Blessings to all of us. Thank you, Serena. To what we did at the beginning, but now different as we allow our hearts here and now to connect in a circle of peace, the deep peace of just being here now in this safe space, of knowing it's safe, of knowing it's okay. That we can all allow everything to settle. And allow the circle of peace from our hearts to expand. To be so big, because it is so big. That it can encompass all of the hearts that would like to be in this circle at this moment, anywhere on earth. That are choosing this for themselves, that are committed to it, that are allowing it. So that we can celebrate the new earth in each one of our lives. In that knowingness that the peace that is emanating from our hearts right now, joining with each other's hearts, is true. It is our creation, our allowing. Our radiance. Beloved friends, what we are providing for ourselves and for each other right now remains available. This circle of peace. And we can tap into it any moment Remain in it, preferably always. But since always and never are not really possible in this world of dual reflections, may the peace be in the knowingness that it is here always. Deborah, that is the energy here. That has to do with the intensity of the energy. It usually interferes with technology. So just keep on being in it. That's fine. As you know, this Just Breathe Live remains available on my YouTube channel. And today is just this simplicity that is so wonderful to be able to provide for ourselves, for each other. Next month, Just Breathe Live is on the 9th of October, Sunday, same time as today. And meanwhile, I invite you to remain very aware of this now. To keep it alive each now moment. Blessings to all. Thank you for your blessings, for your beautiful presence. And so that's it for today. See you next time. All my love to you, which has been what I've been sharing, and you with me.